Hi everyone, thanks for the subscriptions, the likes. As promised, we're going to talk about those features on the radio today, on the show. Super cold. As you can see, we got some snow, but it's a lot of ice. So there's some features that we might not be able to discuss practically because I can drive in. That's going to be part of a part 2 section of the video. But I'm going to discuss a couple of things because I think it's a lot of them that have not been mentioned or that a lot of people are not aware of that might be very handy. So let's go. Alright, so I already started it. I started the car, warmed up a little bit, got that heating seat going. So here we are. The price, if you've checked the description and the link on the previous video, you see that the price is very affordable. This was the basic one. The one I had linked in the description is the basic one. If you go ahead and you add on TV, you add on front facing camera, you add on performance, you add on an extra Wi-Fi dongle for bigger range, you know, all those things will cost you money. If you're just interested into getting it to go at a cheaper price, all the options are already in there. Now, feel wise, as far as a driver, it feels really good. It almost feels like factory, because that's about where the radio sits when you have the OEM GPS. A little lower, about here, but that fits perfectly. It's not tilted too far up, meaning you don't have a lot of glare on it, and it's not tilted too far down. Okay, so you can definitely see what you're looking at or what you're looking for when you're driving. I really like it. Now, with the aftermarket dash stream, if you haven't seen it, it pretty much moves the button up here and it adds a little screen where you can see the display, and then the radio can go down here. There's some people that have put that right here. Now, just like you can see right now, if I'm driving, I can be driving and I can be looking at the radio, because that's how it's gonna look. If I'm driving, my sight is right there. Okay, so I would rather have the radio sitting higher than sitting lower. Okay, now as far as the features of the radios are concerned, the radio does come with a built-in Wi-Fi antenna, which is very handy. It comes very handy. You can do updates. You can, you know, pretty much everything you can do through Wi-Fi, you can do on this radio. So it's very useful. You facing camera, and you can store all your recordings here and pretty much upload them to your drive directly from the radio. It's really neat, and it works really well. Google Drive. Okay, so pretty much I went ahead and I downloaded Google Drive to be able to upload pictures or videos or anything like that that I would like to have access to on the car. Now, the picture that you have on the background, that's exactly how I got it there. I downloaded my Google Drive after linking my my Google account to the Play Store, and I was able to upload something from my phone and come back in here and go ahead and download it back into the radio. The My U Drive screen, it's kind of like a mirroring system. The big difference is that you don't have the full functionalities as far as being able to operate your cell phone from the radio. It works through the Wi-Fi on the iPhone, but on Android it does not. I don't know if it's an error from the manufacturer, but pretty much it will tell you. If you're doing Apple, you can do it wirelessly. If you're doing an Android, it has to be through a cable. Steering wheel learning, because that's what it stands for, SW, steering wheel learning. Pretty much if you go into steering wheel learning, you have the ability to learn all the features that come with your steering wheel. You know, have the radio pretty much learn those features or assign the right button to the right feature. For that, you need another module, and the module is going to be put in the description. I haven't installed that module yet because I'm using it on the Expedition right now, because the module works on both of them. Speed wise, you know, if I hit Waze, it takes a minute to go ahead and load, which is what I was talking about in terms of it being a little bit slow. It could definitely be faster, but you see, it takes a minute, okay, to load up. But when you have it loaded, it stays on and it's pretty good. Out of YouTube, it takes a little while, but with the memory being that low, you can also go ahead and, you know, clean memory, which kind of closes all the apps and clear the RAM, and and enables you to have a faster boot. So you see, touch wise, the touch response is not bad. It's not really bad at all. It takes a minute to load again. Like I said, I'm going to show you guys here, put it in full screen. I've pulled the recording device all the way back to about the passenger headrest, so that's pretty much what what you see. You can see the picture quality is really good. I mean, that 1080p comes in handy, and it definitely does the job as far as being able to show you guys how well it looks at night. During the day, there's no glare per se, there's no reflection. As you can see, this is my hand right here on the steering wheel, and that's the radio right there. Definitely does its job, and it's not too invasive either. It's not occupying the whole dash. It's not infringing on my gauges, which are about here. So that's what it's going to look at from the driver, and this is what it's going to look at from the passenger. I mean, it does the job. It definitely does the job. So let me know. Another thing I was going to talk to you guys about is the sound quality. You can hear it. So the sound quality is really good. It's not even halfway up there. The Sony sound system of the vehicle does the job, and pairing it with the amp, you have no problem at all. So I'll definitely recommend you guys doing that as much as possible. Another feature that caught my attention is pretty much the fact that you have a lot of menus that are hidden on the radio. People will sell you the radio as a unit, and will break it down as far as, depending on what you add on there, you get a better feature, you get all this extra stuff, but a lot of the features are embedded in the radio. What do I mean by that? If you go on your car settings, and in car settings, you go on the system settings, you go back to factory settings, you tap there, and you go in and you input your passcode. You do need the passcode to get in here, and it's in the manual, so don't throw away your manual. When you input the passcode, so when you input that, you get all this menu at your disposal. Okay, I'm gonna put the phone a little bit higher, but you have all these features. Okay, and this is where you can turn on or turn off some features. Now you keep in mind, you do have to have the hardware to be able to run the feature. Talking about the front view camera, you have to have the appliance for that. TV, you have to have the appliance for that. TPMS, you have to have. So pretty much you can turn it on here, save it up there, and it should pop up the next time you go ahead and do your go around. Now this is the menu where you want to go if you want to personalize the logo. Okay, if you want to have that logo like the one I showed you earlier, when you boot up, that's where you're going to go. You go to logo settings and boot logo. It came with a lot of logos. Most of the major logos are here. You can also add the ones that you don't see here and that you need. But pretty much you can go and you can select whatever pleases you. You select it. You can do Peugeot right there, and then you set boot, and you go back and save it, and you should be golden. Now, this menu also allows you to do a full reset. Now, there's a reset button up there on the top. It's like a pin right there. You can use that. It's gonna kind of force the radio to reboot. It's not gonna fully reset. So this is what we call a hard reset. That right there would do a hard reset. So I would not recommend you guys doing it, but it comes in handy whenever you need it. So among that, you have other features like the CAN. If your car has a CAN bus and stuff like that, you can set it up in here. So I might go in depth with this in another video, but you have all those menus at your disposal. So the hidden menu, it's definitely a plus. So don't hesitate to go ahead and jump in there and do whatever you please. With that being said, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what we had. The response is not bad. You have a little lag, but again, you're getting pretty much what you pay for. That's what that gig or 2 gig RAM will do for you. But definitely, you know, it's a screen. It's a print magnet. If it was during the day, you would see all the fingerprints on there. So it's a print magnet. You might want to always have something to wipe it down and make sure your hands are not greasy. But it's smooth. It feels good. And it does the job. So again, that was the review on the radio. If there's something specific you want to know about, let me know. I've played with it quite some. And if you have other questions, comments, thumbs up, don't hesitate to let me know and shoot it in the chat. See you in the next video, guys. Enjoy your weekend and stay blessed and warm. I'll see you guys later.